What's up, Jayhawks, and welcome to this week's episode of Run It Back. So much has happened in just the last week, and our crew is here to keep you updated on everything that's been going down in the world of sports. From Allen Fieldhouse upsets to NBA All-Star Weekend to the streets of Seattle, and we even saw Kansas State head coach Jerome Tang get fired midseason. It's all right here, right now, on Run It Back. It's been an up and down week for KU sports fans, with some big-time victories but also a few bitter losses. KU men's basketball picked up a statement win against undefeated Arizona, but their winning streak came to a screeching halt against Iowa State on Saturday. KU women's basketball fell to Texas Tech in Lubbock, but picked up a home victory against Houston, and they currently sit as one of the next 4 teams out in bracketology. Luke and Gabby will be bringing you all of the latest on KU hoops. KU tennis traveled to Fayetteville yesterday, but unfortunately couldn't stop the Razorback rally. Alex will be serving us with the details on their matchup against Arkansas. Finally, Kansas softball has had a strong start to the season as senior shortstop Haley Kripe has been on a heater this year, and Logan is on deck with an update on them. For now, let's pass it over to Luke with KU men's basketball.
Sander, the Kansas Jayhawks just came off a 5-game stretch in which each game was an absolute battle. They played 4 top 25 ranked teams in that stretch. They rattled off big-time wins against BYU, Utah, Texas Tech, and Arizona. The only game in that 5-game span they lost was on the road against Iowa State. However, those wins proved KU is capable of winning big-time games against big-time teams. Obviously, the biggest game during that stretch was the win over number 1 ranked Arizona. The fieldhouse was loud, and everyone was ready to kick things off. However, just before the game, it was announced that the Jayhawks superstar Darren Peterson would be out with flu-like symptoms. Instead of just rolling over and giving up, the Jayhawks responded. This was a big team effort, with everybody playing a big part in the win for KU. The big contributors in this one were Bryson Tiller and Flory Badunga. Starting with Tiller, he had 18 points on 7 for 13 shooting and 2 big-time threes. He also added a solid 8 rebounds and 2 blocks. Tiller's impact was massive in helping Kansas on the offensive side of the court. The other player who made a big-time impact was Flory Badunga, who had 23 points on 8 for 11 shooting. He had 10 rebounds and 2 blocks in the game, which were monumental in the Jayhawks pulling out a win. His defensive ability is going to be a great add to the Jayhawks in March. While the players are the ones who make an impact on the court, the crowd did an absolutely stellar job of being loud and making things difficult for Arizona. Here's what head coach Bill Self had to say about the fans and atmosphere inside Allen Fieldhouse.
There's a lot of great crowds out there, and everybody would think I'm biased by saying that we're the best, because I shouldn't say that, because I don't know exactly what everybody else has. But I can guarantee you there's no place better than this place, so nobody can say they got a better joint than this one.
The upcoming stretch is going to be important for the Jayhawks as they look to finish out the Big 12 regular season on a high note. They play Oklahoma State, Cincinnati, Houston, Arizona, and Arizona State and K-State to close out the year. If the Jayhawks go 6-0 over that stretch, which is very possible, they should put themselves in a decent position to win the Big 12. That's it from me today, but we're going to keep things on the hardwood as I pass it over to Gabby with women's basketball.
Thanks, Luke. That's right. Our women's team had quite a week. Despite the loss against Texas Tech, they bounced back for a big win over Houston, 85-58. First, to no surprise, Julia Davis has been named Big 12 Freshman of the Week for the 6th time in a row. She is now tied with former Kansas State player Ioga Lee. Following Julia Davis's 25 points, Samaya Nichols scored 22 points and hit a season high of 9 assists. Elle Evans hit some threes and ended with 18 points, while Lily Meister completed her 3rd double-double. Safe to say that several players were on their A-game Saturday afternoon. The first half was back and forth, with Kansas and Houston scoring within points of each other. And with an Elle Evans 3 and 2 completed 3-throws by Samaya Nichols, Kansas was able to end at half 41-36. After half, Kansas furthered their lead, and Nichols ended the third with 2 points at buzzer.
But had a couple of good knockaways on interior passes for Davis. Try to get inside of Nichols to beat the clock.
And the Jayhawks closed out the game with a win and a 27-point lead against the Cougars. Next up, the women head over to Manhattan for a rivalry matchup against Kansas State on Saturday. And while we're on the topic of women's sports, let's switch to the tennis court as Alex is here with all the updates.
Thanks, Gabby. The Kansas women's tennis team came up just short Sunday, falling to Arkansas 4-3 in a tightly contested road matchup in Fayetteville. With the loss, the Jayhawks dropped to 3-4 on the season, while Arkansas improves to 7-1. Kansas started strong by claiming the doubles point. The number 73 ranked duo of Hinka Janssen-Fieden and Meg McCartney earned their first win of the season with a dominant 6-2 victory. Another Jayhawk pair followed with a 7-5 win to secure the early 10 advantage and give Kansas momentum heading into singles play. That momentum carried over as the Jayhawks picked up 2 straight set single wins to take a 3-2 lead midway through the match. Kansas appeared in control, showing resilience after dropping the first set on another court and battling back in multiple spots. But Arkansas responded down the stretch, winning 4 singles matches overall, including a key ranked victory on court, one to clinch the 4-3 team win. The match came down to the final courts, highlighting just how competitive the afternoon was. Head coach Todd Chapman called it a tough loss, saying what the team chooses to do next will define the next stretch of the season. Kansas now returns home to finish non-conference play against Minnesota on February 20th and Old Dominion on February 22nd at the Jayhawk Tennis Center. We're not done with talking about women's sports just yet. Here's Logan to give us all the updates on Kansas softball.
Thanks, Alex. I love all the tennis updates. Kansas softball has swung back into action, playing 11 games in 10 days to start off the season. After finishing the USF Rawlings Invitational with a record of 3-3, they continued their early season run competing in the Fonseca Memorial Tournament. They wrapped up the weekend with a 3-game winning streak against USF, DePaul, and Yale, improving their record to 7-4, and handing head coach Jennifer McFalls her 150th Kansas career victory. One player who's had a standout performance in these early season matchups is senior Haley Kripe. Kripe has delivered every single time Kansas has needed her, contributing RBIs, extra base hits, setting the tone for not only the team but games to come. Here's what her teammates Emma Tatum and Ainsley Linduff had to say about her senior leadership and what she means to the program.
Haley is for sure, no doubt, a foundation for this team. I think for the younger players, she's an amazing mentor. She's someone that they can all look up to. She's always doing the right thing. She's working hard in the indoor. She's always putting in extra reps. I think that they really look up to her because she just does everything right.
Honestly, just watching her from her freshman year develop and her confidence of just being able to lead this team with so much relentless and just grittiness. Like, I have just learned so much from her and kind of just, she's been a mentor kind of just in my own life of being able to want to be like as gritty as she is, and she just lays it all out for our team. And every day we come to practice, and I have no doubt that she's going to give it all she has. So,
for more updates on Kansas softball, follow the team on social media and visit KUathletics.com for more coverage. We'll be right back after a short break.
KU supports community, creativity, Kansas. The University of Kansas provides statewide medical outreach, first responder training, cybersecurity protection, childhood development support, and economic gains amounting to over $7 billion every year. Every day, Kansas Jayhawks serve the world by creating a better future. The world is safer, healthier, stronger because of what KU creates.
With the Winter Olympics in full effect, the NHL has hit pause as the stars of their league are busy representing their countries. Michael is here to preview what we'll be seeing when play resumes and what's to come for the remainder of the season. In the golf world, the new year means a new season for the PGA Tour as the players headed to the California Greens to tee off. Zach's going to be putting us on notice of what went down. The golfers weren't the only ones enjoying California, though, as this year's NBA All-Star Game took place yesterday in the City of Angels, where my King LeBron resides. Shockingly, the All-Stars actually tried in the U.S. First World Minigames, and Landon's here to cover them all. Last but not least, the fourth round of the English FA Cup is in the books, and we'll kick it to Mr. Ball Knowledge himself, Sam, to hear what happened. But first, Michael, it's your power play.
The NHL regular season is exiting the break and about to kick into high gear as we are nearing the trade deadline and the playoffs grow closer and closer with every day. As we near the end of the break, here's what to expect as the regular season nears its close. The Tampa Bay Lightning and Carolina Hurricanes are leading the Eastern Conference with stride, practically already securing their playoff berth. The Blue Jackets and the Capitals are just behind the Sabres and the Bruins for their wild card spot. The Blue Jackets have won 9 of their last 10, and if they can keep that streak up, we could see a big shakeup in the Eastern playoff seedings. The Blue Jackets are only 3 games behind a wild card spot, and after that, it's still a tight race throughout most of the Eastern Conference. In the Western Conference, the Central Division is dominating the seeding. The Avalanche, Wild, and Stars, all with 30-plus wins, are proving to be the front-running division heading into the playoffs. The Western Conference wildcard seeding, however, is not looking to be that close. The Utah Mammoths and Anaheim Ducks are 7 wins ahead of the number 3 seed. With the trade deadline coming up on March 6th, we might see some teams looking to make some big roster decisions. The Carolina Hurricanes are often aggressive near this deadline and could be looking to add more to their attack-heavy offense. With the Lightning also on the incredible run they've had, they're looking to cut out any weaknesses and buff up their defense in any way they can. Each team has roughly 25 games left on their schedule, which means that the pressure is on. Speaking of pressure, Zach is going to take us over to the world of golf as the PGA Tour is in full swing.
Thanks, Mike. It's that time of year. We are swinging our way back into PGA Tour action. This past weekend was the AT&T Pebble Beach Pro-Am. The final round on Sunday was nothing short of absolute cinema. An incredible comeback for the winner, multiple insane shots, and Scottie Scheffler having yet another incredible final round to jump all the way to the top of the leaderboard. With all the great talent out there this past weekend, Colin Morikawa was the ultimate winner of this signature event. After 2 rounds of golf, Colin was 8 behind first place. At the start of the final round, he was 17 under par and ended with a score of 22 under par to secure his first tour win since 2023. His lead came late into his round on Sunday as he nailed a 30-foot putt on the 15th hole to grant himself the solo lead. On the 16th hole, Colin had an amazing approach shot that put him within easy putting distance to take a 2-shot lead. However, on the 17th hole, Colin made bogey and fell back into a tie for first place. But in golf, a short memory is extremely important, and Colin had just that as he birdied the 18th hole to take home the win. The other big story out of Pebble Beach this past weekend, Scottie Scheffler. After round 1, Scottie was sitting at even par, tied for 62nd place. After round 3, he was sitting at 11 under par and outside of the top 20. But don't you ever count Scottie Scheffler out on a Sunday. He shot an incredible 9 under par in the final round to put him at 20 under par to finish tied for 4th place. How did he get a score of 9 under par? He put up 3 eagles in 1 round. This surge in the final round from Scottie Scheffler gave him his 18th straight top 10 finish, which just goes to show how inevitable this guy really is. Now, that's all I have in the golf world today. Let's drive it back over to Landon for some shots off the golf course at the NBA All-Star Game.
Thanks, Zach. What a great Sunday finish in the golf world. And now I have the cap on the basketball side. Last night at the NBA All-Star Game in LA, the league debuted a brand new 3-team format. And let me tell you, the All-Star Game is officially back. Instead of East versus West as we've come to know, we had Team Stars, the young U.S. talent, Team Stripes, the veteran Americans, and then Team World featuring international superstars going at it in a tournament-style event. And the theme of the night, the future is now. Game 1 gave us Team Stars versus Team World, headlined by the young talent of Victor Wembanyama and Anthony Edwards going back and forth. Wemby dropped 14, Ant had 13, but it was Scottie Barnes of the Toronto Raptors who hit the game winner in OT to seal it for the Stars 37-35. Game 2 brought us even more drama. Edwards stayed hot, but the vets answered. Jaylen Brown and Ant both had 11, but with the game on the line, Spurs guard De'Aaron Fox buried a clutch 3 to give Team Stripes the 42-40 win over the Stars. Then came an instant classic in the final game of pool play. Team Stripes took on Team World, and it was all Wemby early on in that game, but that changed quickly. Clippers forward Kawhi Leonard, playing in his home arena, exploded for 31 points in just 12 minutes. For context, the record for points in a quarter is 37 by Klay Thompson, so that performance, legendary. Kawhi hit another late 3 to crush the World's chances of advancing and would punch the Stripes' ticket to the final. But in the championship, it was the young Stars that would shine the brightest. Team Stars dominated 47-21 as fatigue caught up to the vets after playing 3 straight games. Anthony Edwards capped the night with 32 total points across 3 games, earning the Kobe Bryant MVP award. The future isn't coming, it's already here, and it belongs to Anthony Edwards and Team Stars. That's it for me on the basketball side. Let's kick it over to you, Sam, to see what is going on in soccer.
Well, the English FA Cup is fully defrosted. 15 matches over the weekend, including one this afternoon and one still to come in March, slash the remaining field down to 16. 2 matches kicked off Friday, a fun pairing of past and future sides for Chelsea manager Liam Senior, who showed his former club no mercy as Pedro Neto bagged his first senior hat-trick. Senior played in an FA Cup final for Hull City in 2014, and he's one step closer to managing in one for Chelsea. Same time on Friday, a 34th minute goal took Premier League hopeful Wrexham past Ipswich and through to the round of 16 for the first time in 29 years. Into Saturday, Burton Albion and West Ham were scoreless until the 5th minute of extra time when Crescencio Somerville struck right-footed just outside the area. The Hammers held on for the final 20 minutes, down a man. Norwich City's 2 late goals in the 82nd and 93rd got them over the line at home against West Brom. Next, 2 clubs relegated from the Premier League last season. Southampton scored first against Leicester City off a penalty. Oliver Skipp bicycled in a leveler 7 minutes after the half for Leicester, but it was a Southampton header in the 19th minute of extra time that decided it. Mansfield Town, 13th in League One, dumped Premier League Burnley out of the FA Cup on the road on Valentine's Day with 2 second-half goals after falling behind 21 minutes in. The winner, courtesy of Lewis Reed, Mansfield's first 5th-round appearance since 1975. Man City got on the board after just 6 minutes versus 4th-tier Salford City thanks to an own goal, and January signing Mark Guéhi sealed it, collecting his first goal with City. Aston Villa Newcastle broken open by Tammy Abraham in the 14th minute off a set piece, but half an hour later the Villa keeper sweeps the legs out from a goal-destined Newcastle counter and was shown red. The man advantage for Newcastle produced a Sandro Tonali brace and Nick Voltemade's first goal since before Christmas. Rounding out Saturday, Liverpool stomped over Brighton 3-0. A Salah penalty iced it into Sunday's 5 fixtures. There would be no more upset starting here. Leeds at Birmingham, where Leeds held the lead for 40 minutes until the 89th. The 2 would take it all the way to penalties, where the Whites triumphed. Grimsby Town bounced out of the FA Cup by Wolves. Santiago Bueno tucked away the eventual winner after an hour. What a year it's been for Sunderland, and they advanced 1-0 over Oxford United. Habib Diarra's first half penalty settled the tie. Fulham fell behind Stoke City early but struck twice in the second half. Harrison Reed intercepted a mistake out the back of the 84th and capitalized to win it. And finally, Arsenal ended things at the Emirates well before the first half whistle against Wigan. 4-0 the final there. So 11 Premier League sides remain, 4 Championship, 2 League One, and 6th tier Macclesfield, who is currently in progress against Brentford. Every match is available on ESPN+. Round 5 begins March 6th, and the draw for that is currently underway on YouTube. I'll leave you with the best goal of the weekend. I am snubbing the Oliver Skipp bicycle to make way for Sandro Tonali. This was one heck of a whack. Stay with us. Lots still to come after this quick break on Run It Back.
For students searching for a way to stay active in an outdoorsy way, the City of Lawrence has bike trails running in every direction, and with the new Bike Share program, we can stay in shape as we tour the sights of our beautiful city. Clinton Lake is only a short 30-minute bike ride away from Daisy Hill and has the most incredible sunset location in all of Lawrence. Walking campus may give you the KU calves, but biking can give you the KU thighs. Bike Lawrence today.
With the NFL season wrapped up, Landon is taking one last look at how the Seahawks won the Super Bowl by breaking NFL standards with their dominant defense. Once my nightmare of listening to more Seahawks hype is over, we're headed to, of course, Seattle, where Anthony was taking in the scenes at the Seahawks Super Bowl parade. Gotta love how Run It Back insists on constantly reminding me of my pain. At least that's all for NFL coverage today, because the Roundtable is back, and this time they'll be dishing out their midseason NBA awards. If there's an award for greatest and most glorious king, we ride at dawn if it's not LeBron. And finally, our crew took to the court to show off our basketball skills in honor of NBA All-Star break. Let's hope that this time Crew Sports ends better for me. Landon, the ball is now in your hands, but please, please take it easy on Drake May.
Well, I'm sure it pains him to say it. The Seahawks defeated Xander's beloved Patriots in Super Bowl 60, and in doing so may have just shattered the offense-heavy era that has dominated in recent years. Tom Brady, Patrick Mahomes, Matthew Stafford, Jalen Hurts. What do they all have in common? Big name quarterback. Now, I love Sam Darnold, but you're not going to sit here and tell me that he's got that superstar aura that the kids are talking about these days. Just a few years ago, this dude was quoted seeing ghosts after throwing 4 picks while dealing with mono. I mean, let's reel things back in here. All good teams start at the top, and at the top stands Mike Macdonald. The second-year head coach worked his way up the ranks through college and the NFL, all of which on the defensive side of the ball, and that's where it all starts. Macdonald built the dark side, a pressure-heavy, never-quit, always-changing defense. Here's what Uchenna Nwosu had to say about that.
Yeah, you just got to switch it up. You know, I'm sure they go back and they do their study. They see we bring Nick a lot with a lot of pressures. So Mike said, you know what, guess what? We're going to bring Spoon. And Spoon's a great blitzer. He's really fast. Spoon is fast, man. He can make linemen miss. He can juke. He can bend.
Seattle ranked 6th in total defense as well as 3rd in rushing defense, forcing Drake May to open up the pass, which ultimately did not work. But a Super Bowl winning defense cannot be complete without an elite offense, and it all starts with one word: execution. The Seahawks made history as the only Super Bowl winning team to not commit a single turnover in the postseason. While Darnold may not be the perfect quarterback, he's finally settled into an offense that complements his play style. Alongside Darnold comes an elite receiving corps headlined by the Emerald City route artist. And how could I forget Super Bowl MVP Kenneth Walker's rushing attack? Seattle came to play and perhaps set the blueprint for a defense-first style of play. We broke down how they won it. Now let's see how they celebrated it. Anthony, take it away.
The next station is Shibuya.
What's up? RunitBack. We landed in Seattle and we're gonna head to the gate, or to the doors. I'm gonna catch a ride. I'm gonna go to where I'm staying. Tomorrow's the parade, so it's gonna be exciting. Just gonna see how it goes. I'll catch you guys later. Good morning vlog. It's I think 7:25 in the morning. So 2 hours behind, so it's probably 9:25 over there at the moment. But we're getting ready to go to the parade. Starts at 11. It's downtown by the stadium. I think that's where I'm gonna be at. But yeah, I'll catch you guys later. What's up, RunitBack vlog? We made it downtown and we're walking to where we're gonna set up for the parade. Yeah, we got a couple chairs and yeah, it's gonna be fun. Check back in with you guys when we find a spot. What's up, vlog? We got situated. We're kind of under a bridge, but I'll show you guys that in just a second. Yeah. What is up, RunitBack vlog? We are at the airport. It's 6:15 right now. About to go through TSA and go to the gate. What's up, vlog? This is editing Anthony. I realized I forgot to record an outro, so here's the outro. Parade was a blast. So excited I was able to go out there. And I'm gonna send it back to the studio for a roundtable. Catch you guys later.
Thank you, Anthony. The NBA All-Star break is wrapping up and crunch time is upon us. There's just under 30 games left for each team, and we're going to give you guys our award predictions. I'm Patrick Marks, joined by Zach O'Brien and Jimmy Adeniran. Zach, start us off with your MVP.
Give me Shai Gilgeous-Alexander of the Oklahoma City Thunder. He's just that offense doesn't work without him. If you've watched any Thunder games, it's very obvious that he is the heartbeat and the soul of that squad. Whenever he's not out there, the offense is terrible. The defense really isn't that much better. So give me SGA.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree. I mean, the efficiencies are insane. His defensive impact is there as well. I just think Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is going back-to-back.
Yeah, I'm probably going to have to go with Shai, although he's a flopper, but he loves getting to the free throw line like James Harden, but it's hard to say anybody else other than him. Maybe Nikola, but I'm going to go with Shai.
Next, we got Defensive Player of the Year. I'm going to go with Victor Wembanyama, but I will say, Wemby's only played in 40 games this year. He has to play in 65, and there's only 28 games left, so he's an ankle twist away from not being able to win this award.
And that is exactly why I'm going to pick Chet Holmgren for my Defensive Player of the Year. Yes, I am a Thunder game, but guys, I promise I'm not trying to be biased. I just don't see Wemby making the cut for games played.
I'm going to go with Victor over Chet. I mean, as long as Victor can stay healthy, I think he'll win it.
Next, we got Rookie of the Year. I'm actually going to take the dark horse here. Give me Con Kneppel. He's a rookie with almost 50, 40, 90 splits. Honestly, the best rookie shooting season ever. He's going to break the rookie three-point made record. But, I mean, I can't lie. Cooper Flagg is having one amazing season.
He's having a great year, but I have to go with Con Kneppel as well. What was he, first to 100 threes for a rookie?
Fastest ever.
He's incredible.
I'm going to go with Cooper Flagg. Early in the year, it looked like it was going to go to VJ Edgecombe, but I think Cooper's just been more consistent throughout the season.
Yeah. And in another upset, for most improved player, I'm going to go with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. When you talk about the largest jump by any of the players, I mean, he improved by 10 points per game. I know what the odds say and the other numbers, but when we're talking about most improved, that's what I see when I look at the numbers.
Give me Jalen Johnson of the Atlanta Hawks. At the start of the year, it was all Trae Young, and now Jalen Johnson is the head of that team. He's the leader. I can't see anyone else taking home that most improved player.
I'm going to go Deni Avdija. Obviously, he was just named an All-Star. He jumped up, averaging 25 points per game, although Blazers are pretty awful, so someone has to score. So I'm going to go with Devion.
All right, and our last award, Sixth Man of the Year. I think Naz Reid is going to bring home his second one. I have such a soft spot for tall guys that shoot threes, and, I mean, he's just still producing.
Yeah, I'll have to agree with Naz Reid on that one. Not much to say. He produces with ease. He honestly could be in the starting five if he wanted to. But
I'm going to go Keldon Johnson, actually, for the Spurs. Spurs are second in the West, so I'm going to go with them. I think he's just been contributing a lot for the Spurs.
Yeah, I'd agree. I mean, I guess we'll have to wait how the home stretch plays out. We're not done with basketball yet. Our crew took to the court for some all-star festivities. Xander, take it away.
What's up, guys? The RunitBack crew is here. I'm Xander, joined by Anakai, Landon, Zach, and Patrick, and today we are bringing you some basketball action in honor of NBA All-Star Weekend. How this is going to work is we're going to have a three-point contest where the two highest scorers will play a one-on-one matchup to decide the best basketball player here. Let's get right into it. First shot. All right, so after the three-point contest, once again, another crew package comes down to me and Atakai. Last time this went really bad for me, but I'm here to get redemption. It's going to be first to 3 in a 1v1 game. The winner is the champion today. Alright guys, thanks for watching and playing along. Of course, I'm the best basketball player here. I already knew that. I had to prove it to myself, but I hope I proved it to everybody out there. Shout out to Atakai for losing. Shout out to Mike behind the camera and for the court. Appreciate to you. And back to you guys in the studio. Wow, man, what a showing from me. Those were some really impressive skills, and I'm sure it won't be long until Coach Self comes calling for my talents. On that high note, that's all from us for today's episode of Run It Back. As always, we are live at 2 p.m. on Mondays, so always make sure to set that alarm and come watch this show. If you ever miss an episode, you can check out all of our content on Media Crossroads. Thanks for tuning in today, and we'll see you next time on Run It Back.